going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today we got to talk about Michael Irvin calling out his son for being a fake gangster rapper, and he's done it twice. He did it 2019 on the Dan Patrick Show, and also he took some time on Undisputed to call it out. And I have some thoughts on this. We see a lot of kids from the suburbs that's drawn to the life, to the lure of it, and it looks cool, right? You holding guns, you got all the girls, you got gold in your mouth, you thumbing through money, and it seems to attract the type of attention and the clout that the younger generation wants. And I ain't even gonna say the younger generation. We had a version of that too when we were younger, right? But it's a spiritual thing, man. It really is. I'm gonna show you what Michael Irvin said, and I'm gonna give my take. It's probably gonna be a little different, but check it out.
But you don't listen to rap?
I do. My son raps. His name is Tut Tarantino.
Wait, what?
My son, right?
What's his name?
He raps under Tut Tarantino. His real name is Elijah Irvin.
Okay.
But listen, get this out. I swear, if you go on iTunes and listen to him, he raps about some of the hardest stuff in the world. And I say to him, son, you grew up in a 20,000 square foot gated community home. How can you rap this stuff? Where does this stuff come from? You know what I mean?
Your son is using your childhood to rap about.
Oh my God, right. I worked hard to get you out of this, and you rapping right back to it. What is going on? It blows my mind, man. I'm telling you, if you listen, you'll be like,
you can't rap about a private education.
oh,
I mean,
God.
I'm sorry.
Private schools his whole life. His whole life.
You grew up in a family of 17 kids in 2 bedrooms.
Right. And he rapping about my days. Right. That's what trips me out. And the guy just tells me, Michael, this is how young kids express themselves. You just gotta let them go through this and everything. I'm like, well is this any reflection on my parenting?
But what's mom think about this?
Well, for a long time, he wouldn't let mom hear his music. You know, she don't want to hear Dad. Don't let her hear it. And I couldn't hear it for a while. And then I finally heard it because he started getting out on iTunes to get a couple albums out. Then I was like, oh, man. I'm like, man, I mean, you sat next to me every Sunday in church. Did any of that get to you? Did you hear any of that? It's just funny stuff, man, when you hear it. Now, I like rap. Just
a son. He raps. His rap name is Tut Tarantino. If you ever listen to some of his raps, I'm like, oh my God, where does this come from, son? You grew up in a gated community your whole life, but he's rapping my life because we romanticize and fantasize about that old thug life, ghetto life, and all of that stuff.
Okay, so I was like everybody else when I first heard this, right? I was like, you know, Tut Tarantino, man, he's just another kid from the suburbs that wants to live the hard life. His parents worked hard to get him out of it, but he's trying to put a target on his back and be in it, you know, because they probably let him come around certain people because he has a little bit of money and, you know, you have access to certain things with him being around. So he's kind of buying himself into the gang, or I ain't even going to say a gang because I don't know if he's in a gang, but he's trying to, you know, buy himself some camaraderie with people that are really in the street. What I will say is at a certain time in Michael Irvin's life, he was battling certain demons. And I wonder if in that time, you know, Elijah kind of took to some of the, did that play a part in him feeling like he could be in that life? You know what I'm saying? Not blaming it on nobody, but different people react to things differently. I know people always come in the comments, got something to say about everything, but people react differently to different circumstances in their life. And so if he saw his parent going through the addictions and different things, did it kind of like mess with his mind a little bit? Because you might say, why is a kid drawn to this? But if all you have is things, you really don't have anything. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying Michael Irvin's a bad father. I'm just speaking in hypotheticals. I don't know their situation, because I'm not in their house, as nobody in this comment section is in their house or know their relationship. So I can't really speak to that. I'm just saying that we publicly saw Michael Irvin go through some things, throughout his career and after his playing days a little bit. So I'm wondering, did that affect him in any type of way? It doesn't make it smart that he's doing it, though. You see a lot of these fake guys running around and they're so eager to prove themselves, they end up catching a body, doing something they can't take back, and now they in the system and they were never built for that life. And so they get ate alive when they go inside the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? And this is what Michael Irvin kind of was saying in that last clip. That lifestyle kind of, and Michael Irvin, they know you stay in this big old house, so somebody might try to, kidnap you, follow you home, anything. I know you're in a gated community, but they hop in the back seat, hold you at gunpoint, tell you to drive. I mean, anything, right? So he needs to move more responsibly. I will say that about him. This music is spiritual. That's why it don't make sense to people, because it's like that whole lifestyle, having some ops, spinning blocks, all this stuff they talking about, it's a spiritual thing. And it's very enticing to people to say they've had that experience. Whereas, he could live a clean life, but a clean life doesn't get the clout. And that's what I'm starting to see. The clout is more important than the currency. Yeah, the money is good, and that's the thing we actually need. But for many, they want the clout and the money. The money isn't enough anymore. They want to be known to have, like, why would you want that attention, dude? It seems like to me, and I'll leave you with this, they don't recognize the other side of the coin that comes with that. So yeah, you might get girls, cars, the coolest people around, the popular crowd, but also you get police presence. You go and do something stupid. You get somebody you thought was so cool with you, they telling on you. Prison sentences. Then you commit certain crimes. You have to stay in the state. You can't leave the state or whatever. So it's a lot of other stuff that these guys, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into. And Michael Irvin spoke on it, but hey, man, I want to know what y'all think about Tut Tarantino, man. This thing, it seems like it don't make sense, man. That's how you know it's spiritual. That's what I will leave you with. Like, he has no reason to be rapping like this. He hasn't been through these type of things, at least we can see on the surface level. But again, if all you have is things and you're not imparting anything to satiate the soul inside your children, then it's just going to look crazy, but you really didn't put nothing beside. You just gave them things. They have things, but they don't have the moral compass or, the correct decision making or perspective on life to even navigate through it. And then you see something that don't make sense like this. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.